I am getting the red on air sign, which means we are live. What the hell is going on? What is good in your life today? Who's got their sound on? What's good in your life today? What is going on? This is the Kiesel Guitars live Q&A. You guys probably have figured this out by now. These are not rehearsed. We just kind of go live and wing it. Typically, there's a format. That format is not all the time, but deal of the live. Some kind of a cool guitar at a really cool price. Typically a customer build. And then I will kind of give you guys an update of what is going on in Kiesel land. Anyway, this is your opportunity to ask me whatever you want to know. So now is the time to start typing in those questions. Everybody is fucking moving around so much. There's all these noises going on. Between Kayla, Brandon, I think Savannah's moving around over there too. I can't see because she's got this like light wall up, like softbox wall up, so I can't see.
She's hiding from you.
She's hiding from me. But anyway, so this is your opportunity to ask whatever you want to know. It doesn't have to be guitar related. It could be anything you want to know. I get a lot of questions about food, some questions about racing. I do a lot of automotive racing, get questions about movies, things like that. So the shop is making amazing progress. We're getting really close to our goal. Our goal is to be able to start offering builds back in the day like we used to be able to do 6 to 10 weeks. 8 to 10 weeks is probably what I really should say. And that's the goal, is to get back to those numbers. And we're getting down to those numbers. We have the most staff we've ever had. And I believe we have the best staff we've ever had. I'm not saying we haven't had amazing people come and go. I just feel like the staff we have overall is the best. So I'm really stoked on that. The men and women here are just amazing. They're the stars here. And speaking of stars, I'm going to tell you guys need to save the date. Okay. So we don't have all the info. So please don't ask. Don't call my guys. They're not going to know anything. But we are doing something special January 27th here at the factory. January 27th happens to fall on a Saturday. It also happens to fall the week of NAMM. We don't go to NAMM. But we've been talking about doing a special event, and we're going to do it here at the shop. What that means in a nutshell, without giving away all the information, on Saturday, January 27th, you are going to be able to come to our shop and take factory tours. The staff is going to work that day. I'm giving them the previous Monday off. So we're going to be open that week, Tuesday through Saturday, which means you're going to be able to see how we build the guitars in person. I'm going to have several tour guides giving tours. You'll be able to sign up for a designated slot to get an actual tour. We're going to have performances. We're going to have clinics. We're going to have several setup clinics, like guitar setup. We are having food trucks. Showroom will be open. We have order appointment windows, too, if you want to place an order in person, that type of thing. We're going to have signings from some really cool artists and a lot of really great performances. I am so excited. I can't wait to put everything together for you guys so we can show you guys what it's all about. So I'm letting you guys know, whether you're local or you are not local, you're international, you're somewhere in the U.S., this is open to you. There's no cost for this. We're even going to have food here. You'll have to pay for food. We'll have food trucks, and I'm going to try to get a beer truck here and stuff too. But it's going to be a great day. Hopefully you guys can make it out here for that. So I'm giving you guys an early heads up. January 27th, we have an amazing event going on. We haven't named it yet. Kiesel Live. What was the other one? We had Kiesel Con. I didn't really care for that one. But some sort of an event. We're going to have special merch just for that event. It'll be really cool. My dad will be here. Of course, I'll be here. My kids will be here. My wife will be here. We'll all be here hanging out. And the whole staff will be here. And a lot of amazing Kiesel artists will be here too. So excited about that. So got that one out there. I can't tell you any more about it. I do have some people signed up for it already as far as performances, marquee soul artists and stuff. So that should be really cool. Speaking of cool, I am going to the Deftones Festival this weekend. I am so excited. It's down at Petco Park. I might be making it down Friday for sound check too. That's going to be so dope. But Saturday I will be there for sure. Hang out with my man Steph. You guys probably know Steph is a good friend of mine. He's playing our guitars now alongside his ESP guitars. He has not left ESP. He's not leaving ESP. And he's playing our guitars along with ESP. So it's super cool to be able to say that. It's been a dream of mine. They are my favorite band. You guys ask what my favorite band is. It's the Deftones. They've inspired me so much. So it's going to be cool to go down there and hang out with Steph. And then after the show, we're going to the NASCAR race. Me and Steph. So that's going to be really cool. I got some awesome passes for us. Steph is a huge NASCAR fan, so it was his idea to go. So we're going to be heading to the NASCAR race. Yes, the very next, midday. So they get done playing probably at midnight. And then the NASCAR race is in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona at, I think it starts at 1. So it's going to be very little sleep, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be worth it. I'm so stoked to be hanging out with Steph. And my family will be going there too, so it should be a lot of fun. All right, so I got to deal with the live. In, I guess, honor of seeing the Deftones show this weekend, Steph plays our multi-scale 8s. He does not play an Osiris, so I know those of you guys that know what he plays. He doesn't play an Osiris. He plays a Vader. But I can offer an Osiris at a much more affordable price because it's a bolt-on. It's not a neck through. $1,800 for this guitar right here. Takes it. Acid green, raw tone, roasted maple board, flame maple fretboard, or roasted maple back of the neck, flame maple fretboard. We have, what did I put in here? It looks like Empyrean neck pickup and Thorium bridge pickup. Black pole pieces. And it's a one-piece body. Damn, that's too cheap. $1,800. Maybe not. Maybe don't buy it. But yeah, if you want this guitar while we're live, $1,800, we'll grab it. Let's see, did I miss any specs on there? I believe that is it. Stainless jumbo frets. So anyway, it's a dope guitar. If you want it, call my guys. Speaking of dope guitars and the shop getting more efficient, this was ordered 9/6. So here we are, 9/6, and it's done. That's crazy. So we are, what is that? About 7 weeks, right? 7, just under 8 weeks for this build. Look at this. You have another Osiris, this one with a trem, 7-string, Pale Moon board, done in red logo. Back of the neck, we got a 3-piece neck, maple walnut. Look at that. And this is for Joseph. So, man, talk about an amazing guitar. And you got Empyrean neck and Thorium bridge, too, on that one. Black pole pieces, of course. Black hardware, like all the headlesses. But what a sick-looking Darth Vader-like build. So, and coming early. So that is amazing. You know, the raw tones are going to be done quicker for us just because there's not as many finished steps that take days sometimes in between. So they are going to be done quicker. So that is really cool to see that. And a KTB on top of it. Damn. It's mind-blowing how quick that one came out. So for those of you that are interested, you know, call my guys. You can check online. I think, did our Halloween sale end, Brandon?
Today's the last day.
Today is the last day of our Halloween sale. And I will let you guys know we do have a, Black November sale kicking off tomorrow. So one sale's ending today, another sale's starting tomorrow, just to be transparent with you guys. There's some things that are on the Halloween promo that will not be on the Black November promo, and you can't combine them. So once today ends, you miss these promos. Others start tomorrow. So anyhow, just being transparent with you guys. So if there's something you're seeing and you're like, man, this is a good deal, take advantage of it now because there's some things that are not going to make it over to the other one, and there will be some things on the other one that aren't on this one. So maybe it balances out. Maybe you get the better end of the deal. Maybe you get the worse end of the deal by waiting a day. I don't know. Wait and see. So what can I answer for you guys?
First question is from Dennis. He's asking, what's the difference between an Osiris and a Zeus?
It's a good question. So an Osiris and Zeus were made at the same time. They were designed at the same time. And the difference is one is a double cut and one's a single cut. Other than that, it's the same guitar.
Kaylin is asking, are there any new models in the works for 2024?
Never. I never do new models. Even if I was working on a new one, I would never tell you guys. So you guys just got to know that by now. So there's nothing in the works. We're never going to make another new guitar model.
Have you ever thought about allowing Johnny Highland's signature pickups on a retro solo?
Well, they wouldn't fit on a retro solo because that bridge needs a special sized bridge pickup. It's actually a larger size, so it wouldn't fit. And the neck pickup wouldn't fit in the neck either. So neither would fit. So it really wouldn't be an RS. But you could get a regular solo with Johnny's pickups or just buy a Johnny Highland.
Is it possible to get an Evertune on a Lyra Delos or Aries Titanium series?
Okay, so a Lyra is no, a Delos is yes, and the ATS, I think we did an Evertune, the Aries Titanium. Didn't we do an Evertune on the ATS? You remember?
I don't think we did.
No? I thought we did.
I don't know. Now I'm questioning myself.
Yeah, I thought we did. I could be wrong. A regular Aries for sure. A Lyra is a no and a Delos is a yes. So for sure on a Delos. Maybe the person is interested in pick guards, and so for sure you can get it on a Delos.
Now I feel like I remember a green one with an
For
Evertune.
sure not the Lyra though. I think the ATS.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I feel like
think,
I remember a Kara G1, a 7-string that we did.
I think we did do one. Yeah. Don't know for sure though. Use the builder, find out.
Got Joe Brooks in here.
Joe Brooks.
He says, I got $100,000 for Halloween. What kind of Kiesel can I get with that?
I don't know, man. I mean, people say we're expensive, so maybe not. Yeah, I don't know how people say we're expensive. I just don't get that one. I mean, anybody that takes a tour here or knows guitars, knows the industry, they're like, how the hell do you build these guitars with all these materials, with this labor, with all these amazing hardware pieces, amazing finishes for the price you do? So, yeah, it's definitely the best value by far.
Eddie is asking, no dark glass literature with builds. Why is that?
I don't know. It's a good question for the guy that just read you the question. The guy that helps make us that stuff. So I don't know. Should have that. I know we have, you got a volume, then you have your four-way pickup selector. So you have neck, then you go down to neck and bridge, then there's neck and bridge series parallel, and then there's bridge. So you have that, and then you have the high mid, the mid and the low mid, right? Isn't that what it is? There's no
Yes.
high. Yeah, high mid, mid, and low mid. There's no high, there's no, yeah, right?
Yeah, the only thing you got wrong is the switching. You missed the bridge and the middle pickup.
I got that.
No, you said neck.
Did I say neck twice?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Damn. Well, there you go. Oh, yeah, the middle pickup. That's right. Yeah, you have the neck and bridge, right?
Yes.
Then you have middle and bridge, and then you have bridge. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Duh. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the middle pickup is just there for looks.
It's just there for looks, guys.
It looks really cool.
Doesn't actually work. That's provided you got the 3 pickups. Most people did when they got the dark glass.
All right, question from Joshua. Would you consider making brushed metal covers for single coils?
Probably not, to be honest. Mounting could be problematic, and I don't know that they would look that great being kind of boxy and that small because they'd have to kind of stay boxy to match the other ones looks wise.
How are the new swirl builds coming along?
I'm sure they're going good. I mean, I don't have any of them yet. I'm sure they're somewhere in the shop. They haven't made their way to me yet to swirl them.
We probably lost them all.
They're gone.
What's the most single coil sounding pickup you have? I don't know what that means, but
Probably traditional is probably what they mean. I would say probably my dad's, the Mark Singles, even a little more traditional than the Johnny Highland. And I say that because the Johnny Highland, they're wound to have different sounds. Like they're going to have the Strat sound and the Tele sound, where my dad's are more going to be just that like vintage Strat sound. You don't have as much twang with my dad's as you would with Johnny's, I guess. Would you agree with that, Brandon?
oh yeah, for sure.
A little more country twang to Johnny's pickups,
Especially on the bridge pickup.
for sure. Yeah, trying to get that Tele bridge sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy how much bigger the Tele bridge pickup is than a regular Strat pickup, size-wise, like physically. You can't tell when you look at it, but when you see them side by side, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They're a lot bigger, to get enough winds on them and stuff.
And the mount underneath.
Oh, yeah, serious. Yeah, with that 3-position. It's got like a brass plate underneath it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Amol is asking, is it possible to get the old inline headstock like on the Greg Howe?
It is not. It's been discontinued.
You want the new one anyways. It looks better.
Yeah, you should feel bad for asking for that. Everybody likes their thing. We really weren't selling that headstock very much at all. And then we came out with the GT headstock, which is a modified version of that. And we sell a lot of GT headstocks. I like the GT headstock. I'm not a fan of our old inline personally. But, people out there, some people like it.
I liked it until you did the GT headstock. And I was like, yeah, this
Yeah.
one looks so much better. I don't like
Yeah.
the old one
Like,
anymore.
you can't look at the old one. And it's funny how that works. Like sometimes like our brains are like, we're so used to seeing something a certain way. And then when you see it different, you may not like it. And then you're like, time goes on. You're like, oh, I actually really like this. It's crazy.
Now, this question is regarding our event coming up. They're asking, will you have one of your race cars outside?
I don't think I'm going to be doing that because the parking lot's going to be tight as it is to fit everybody in. And the last thing I need is just having something in the way. And another thing for me to deal with to get it there and to take it away. It was different at our 60th. Anybody that showed up to that, we had the 60th anniversary party at our old building. That was when we were Carvin Corporation. And I had my race car there. Well, my role was a lot different than I was in charge of all the U.S. sales at the time. And, I wasn't, running the whole company, right? So it was a lot easier. And plus, I was right down the street. I drove my race car to the event and then drove it home. I mean, I was 1 mile away. I can't do that anymore. It was on full slicks and everything. The RX-7, Kayla, I drove it to the shop and put it out front. And that was cool. We had a lot more space at that building. That building at one point had almost 200 employees and was 82,000 square feet. We're 60 employees here and we're 21,000 square feet, just making guitars, So size-wise, we're in a lot more space for building just guitars than we were at the old shop. But still the parking and area situation, we just don't have the space. As much as I think that would be cool to bring a car, but have to deal with that later.
We got Joseph in here, the owner of that.
Oh, sweet. Right
Osiris.
on. Cool.
I think he likes it because he just said my guitar with like 10 exclamation points.
There it is, brother. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, it came out really sick. Digging that. I love doing red on pale moon. And when we do the red, we try to pick out pieces that are going to show more of the red, less of the black in there and more of the cream. I think it's super tasty the way it all came out. Good job on your specs.
Johnny is asking, love how stable Kiesel necks are. Do you recommend a mahogany neck to pair with a mahogany body, or is it better to stay with maple for stability?
I never use mahogany necks on any of my builds. I just don't care for them. I like, a harder wood neck, even if it's changing the tone a little bit. And some of you guys will argue with me about you can't hear the difference, and I don't doubt you can't. So I won't argue, won't have that argument. But I will take a more stable neck every day of the week over a neck that maybe has a little warmer sound, just because you don't want to adjust your neck at all. You want to just pick up your guitar and play it. If it was up to me, I'd probably not make any necks out of mahogany, but I know that would, probably hurt some of the sales for like the carved tops and single cut carved tops, guitars like that. But we won't even put it on like a 7-string at all. You can't even order a mahogany neck on a 7-string from us, just because I'm so leery about using it, because it's a much softer wood. It's an amazing body wood, and I'm not saying it doesn't make a good sounding neck. Of course it does. I just don't want my neck moving around at all. I want it to stay put.
And what about a mahogany 9-string neck?
Dude, we should do an 11-string while we're at it.
Might as well. I mean, we're almost there anyways.
Yeah.
Next question is, could you make guitars that are more affordable, or do you just make high-end instruments?
I mean, that's a good question. It's a fair question. So what we make is we make professional instruments, meaning the features we put into these instruments will allow you to tour the world without having any issues. What I mean by that is the necks. We use quarter sawn maple necks. What that means is the way the wood is harvested from the tree allows the neck to be a lot stronger than a flat sawn neck. A flat sawn neck is still a good neck. It's just a quarter sawn neck is a great neck, and it's not going to have nearly the same, ability to move around, while you're touring and, with humidity and moisture changing. It's going to be a lot more stable. Because of the low yield with quarter sawn, they're a lot more expensive. And most builders won't offer a quarter sawn neck until you get into their $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and up price range. We won't build a neck for a guitar without it being quarter sawn. So even at our starting prices of, $1,400, you're getting a quarter sawn neck. You're getting stainless steel frets that will last the lifetime of the instrument. You're getting Lumen Lace super blue glow in the dark side dots. You're getting carbon fiber rods in the neck to reinforce them. You're getting a 2-way truss rod. You're getting our amazing finishes, amazing craftsmanship, American made pickups. You're getting all that. And so my question to you is, how can I give all that and not charge more? I can't. I'm not even charging enough, to be honest with you. When you guys are buying just a stripped down, no options guitar, I don't think we make money. We don't start to make money until you start putting options on that. And, it's hard because I want to stay as affordable as I can, but I also want to make the best product that I possibly can at any price point. And to do that, we're not cutting any corners. We're not shaving down the cost to give you something that you're ultimately maybe going to be disappointed with at some point. I'm not saying that other companies don't offer guitars that are still solid guitars and good guitars for less than ours. But who does that? And it's American made, supporting American workers. I mean, guys, I'm going to say it out loud. I mean, I don't know what these factories in China pay their people. Do they make $1 a day? I mean, are they allowed to leave? I don't know that. I mean, I don't want to support that personally. I mean, maybe you're okay with that, but it's not for me. I want to try to buy as much American made as I possibly can. And I think we do the best job and still holding it super affordable. So I know that's like a thing people never want to hear, but someone's got to say it out loud. Our landfills are getting full of all the shit coming over from overseas that lasts, 2-3 months, and we throw it away because it was so cheap. Go to, you guys that are working with your hands and carpenters and, you do stuff, you don't go to Harbor Freight if you want a tool to last. I'm not Harbor Freight. I'm here to make you a guitar that's going to last a lifetime. You could pass it on, when you pass away to your kids. So that's why you buy an American guitar from us.
Next question is from Andy. He's planning his third build. Could you guys
Nice.
offer straight pickups on a multi-scale guitar?
We don't do that. To really get and optimize the sound and also the string coverage, we really need to get them angled. So yeah, we don't do them straight. Sorry. I don't know if you're wanting that so you could have more aftermarket pickup choices maybe. That'd be like one reason I could think of having them straight.
Are the single cuts still being made?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have either the SCB, single cut bevel, which is neck through. We have our Solo, which is a bolt on. And then we have our California single cut that is California single cut is set neck. And then we have our Leia. Shit, we have a lot. A Leia is you're probably not referring to that, but that's a neck through headless single cut with a little bevel on it. Then we have our Zeus, which is a bolt-on headless. Holdsworth is still kind of a single cut, and that's a headless guitar. That's a set neck. So we kind of got you covered whether you want neck through, set neck, bolt-on, whether it's headstock or headless. We got something for you. We do a lot. I mean, when you look at the lineup, we have so much to offer.
Rich is asking, do you or will you offer blue denim finishes again?
I offer them. I do them all the time. Yeah, call my guys.
Why is the FG1 shape limited to an artist-only model? Any plan on updating semi-hollow shapes?
I mean, really, the FG1 started as our SH645, and Frank started playing it and liked it. And so we just discontinued the 645 and just made it the FG1 without F-holes. That's kind of the story behind that guitar.
Would you consider doing sparkle inlays on the fingerboard like you do on Buckeye resin filled?
No, it wouldn't be like that, to be honest. You need a certain amount of depth to kind of pull that off.
Do you use inserts on the neck for bolt-ons?
We don't. We use wood screws right into our hardwood necks.
We got Johnny Highland in here.
Johnny Highland, what's happening, my man?
Miss you, Johnny.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, your maple necks are quarter sawn. Are your walnut and other neckwoods also?
Every neck we build is all quarter sawn, whether they're single piece, 3-piece, 5 or 7-piece, they're all quarter sawn, everything. Yeah, it just gives the most amount of strength. It's more expensive to us, and the reason why a lot of people don't do it is, shit, it's expensive, But I feel like it's the right way to build a neck and the only way we want to build it. I want you guys to say, man, my neck doesn't move. You guys overkilled this. That's what I want. That's the goal. That's like, thank you. And for someone that's, a beginner guitar player, the most frustrating thing ever is if you have a guitar that is constantly moving around. The neck is moving around. The action is not consistent. How are you going to learn when your guitar is constantly changing? That's no good. I mean, I get the point where you're like, well, I don't know if I want to spend $1,400 or $1,500, I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. The problem is if you don't give yourself a fair shot, a quality instrument. And there's a lot of companies that make quality instruments. I'm not saying you have to buy one of ours, but, buy something that has some great features on it that really is going to be something that's going to sound good and it's going to hold up stability-wise. Because the last thing you want to do is you're getting frustrated with it and you just put it down because, it's a pain in the ass to keep it going, and you might not even know what to do. Well, you wouldn't know what to do if you're a brand new guitar player. You wouldn't know how to keep it going. It'd be like you turn 16, you start driving a car, and you're hopping into something that is a carburetor, and it's an older vintage car, and it's finicky. It's like, oh man, yeah, I would go here, but you know what? I got to pop the hood, adjust the carbs. Like, I think I'll just stay home. That's the same thing with your guitar. You're just going to leave it there. Buy something good. Pick it up. Play it. If you don't like it, don't love it, sell it. Yeah, you're going to lose some money probably, but at least you gave yourself the best shot.
Any chance of a semi-hollow headless guitar?
Probably not. I mean, it's a hard one, Never know what the future holds, but we get a few people asking for that. I guess that's kind of all we're missing is a semi-hollow. Semi-hollow and I guess like a carved top style. For headless, sorry.
Is roasted flame maple more visible than regular flame maple?
The grain is more visible, yes, when you roast the wood. And that's the case with non-figured or figured. You can see the grain better once you roast it. Because even non-figured still has some grain to it, some pattern to it.
Can you do a wenge neck?
We don't offer wenge. It's a good wood. It's a solid wood. It's strong. The reason why we don't offer it is on the back of it, the feel of it. It's very open grain, very porous. It has a tendency to trap a lot of dirt, dead skin, bacteria in it, and they tend to start smelling pretty bad. So it's just not something we want to offer. But yeah, talk to other people that have wenge necks. I'm sure people are going to have all sorts of things to say about them. But that's my biggest concern is, just the porous feeling. I like necks that are hard and that are very dense wood, not open grain woods, like a walnut where they're going to be a smoother, faster playing neck and have that same, stability and strength to it.
Nick is asking, is roasted flame maple more stable than regular flame maple?
It is, but it's still going to be one of our weaker woods. It's beautiful to look at, but I would never recommend a flame neck if you're a touring musician. I'm not saying you can't tour with it. I mean, you guys have techs, maybe it's no big deal, but if you're doing your own teching, it's just going to be something that it's not going to be ideal.
On the topic of necks, the next question is, what is your favorite neckwood combination?
I like walnut necks. Yeah, it's hard to beat that. Roasted necks are cool, maple necks are cool, but walnut's definitely my favorite. And there's times too where I'm like, oh, I gotta have a roasted flame neck. Like I'll put a build through and like it has to have that. Just depends on like the vibe of the whole guitar. What's the guitar's purpose? What price point is the guitar at? Someone in the, they're already at $5,000 in options. It's like, let's throw a roasted flame master grade neck on there, push the price up, but it just really pairs well and just sets the whole thing over the top. So it's hard. I try to do the best I can, matching things up where they make sense. And, you don't want to put a crazy neck on just a solid color basic guitar because that, really adds a lot of cost. And you don't always have people appreciating that and wanting to spend that kind of money as an option upgrade. But when someone's buying like a Buckeye top, maybe it's metal flake infused or something like that, they're already up there in price. And, they're getting a special body, and, maybe some other different options like gold hardware and things like that. And it's just all of a sudden it's like, well, it makes sense at that point to kind of swap the neck out.
Jay is asking, you have an unlimited budget, but you can only have one guitar for the rest of your life. How do you spec it out?
Wow, that's a hard one. It's the spec thing is, if you're asking me, I guess the spec thing would have to boil down to your personal taste. Do you play with a trem or use 6-string player, 7-string player? Do you play sessions? Do you need a guitar that's more versatile? What are you doing with the guitar would be the first question I would have for someone, to then, give them some good ideas of how to spec that out. But we all have that guitar like you just end up picking up all the time, So it just really depends on your, what your use is for the guitar. I know what Brandon's would be: white, gold hardware, gold frets. I don't know what it would be.
That sounds pretty ugly, dude. I don't know about that.
Well, gold logo, no drop shadow, white ivory nut, beryllium pickups. I don't know,
dude. That sounds nothing like I would get.
With a trem. Are you still using Kiesel trem only, or are you using the 510 too?
I have the 510 on my Theos, and the hip shot on, I think, the rest of it. I think the only
Yeah.
510 I have is on my Theos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were mainly Kiesel trims.
Yeah, I am. Here's a good one. Does the mortuary next door have anything to do with all of your roasted necks?
Dang. That's like a new version of a roasted neck over there. They're actually not a mortuary. They're a crematorium. So they're really, I mean, we're roasting necks. They're roasting necks. I wonder who roasts more necks. Gosh, that's such a morbid joke. Ugh, I don't even want to think about that. Halloween's over. No, we actually do a lot of roasted necks here. So Kayla's still laughing about that. I mean, you know, I don't know what to do. It's like you be real serious and stern about it, but we're all going to die at some point, you know? I'm not going to get cremated. I mean, I don't want to get cremated. That's not my goal. I want to go in a box, make my own. Maybe I'll start designing my own casket. Do something with like some dope inlays on it, like some custom finish on it. You think that'd be weird if I made my own casket?
Like a candy finished casket?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna. What's that? Kiesel Racing Green. Fast to the end.
Would you ever consider making a guitar collection video?
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be cool. I think there's a lot more videos we need, you know, first. You know, a lot of people here do a lot of things. You know, they're pulled in a lot of different directions, and so, you know, it's hard for us to get so many different things done. And I guess if, you know, I staffed up like 25% more, you know, or even more than that, we'd probably have more, you know, videos and things like that. But then you guys would also pay a lot more for the guitars because, you know, when you guys are paying for guitars, you're paying for advertising or whatever those companies are doing. I mean, if they're paying big name artists and big name bands huge amounts, you're paying for that. That money's not going into the guitars. That money's going into their pocket for marketing. I mean, we all know, and it's public knowledge, Fender spends $100 million a year in advertising. It's public. They've been transparent about that. Well, $100 million is not going into the guitars. So it's pretty crazy, you know, to think about how much they spend. I'm not knocking Fender. I'm just using them as an example. I mean, they make a cool product. You know, obviously, you know, they don't have the customization that we have, but they make some cool stuff nevertheless.
We got George Wolf in here. He says,
George Wolf.
I will install some lights on your casket.
Dang, there we go, bro. Dude, I need a bell in there in case I wake up, like, let me out. Used to have those back in the day, right? Like a pull string to like a bell up top. You guys ever seen like the old, like they'll do like videos of like back in the day, they thought, you know, people thought like, well, actually some people did get buried alive. That's how that was a thing. There was, I don't remember what sickness it was, but it would cause some type of a paralysis where you would go into like this comatose like state for days and you would wake back up. So they were burying people alive. So they came up with this bell where you'd have a string. So if you woke up, you could ring the fucking bell. How crazy would that be? Just wake up and you're in this pine box. I'm claustrophobic, so I'd probably rather be dead if I woke up in a box like that. I don't know.
All right, last question for today. What are the most underrated wood and other combination options?
I'm going to say one of the most underrated woods is a zebra wood top. Man, you put a zebra wood top on a guitar, some of the color options on top of that, the translucents, holy shit. They are amazing. They are so amazing. I'm doing zebra wood tops as part of my Black November that kicks off tomorrow for $100. Zebra wood tops. Because I want to see more examples of the zebra wood tops with translucent colors over the top of them because they look so damn dope with the, you know, the stripes going down them, and it's got so much character. So I would say that's probably the most underrated wood that we have that not as many people buy, but it's starting to become more and more popular because of the online builder. You could put that top on there, you know, toggle through the different finishes, do it. You guys will see what I'm talking about. They're dope looking. So the Black November kicks off tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Friday, right?
Friday.
Friday. That's right.
You're scaring me there for a second. I was
No,
like, I'm
no.
not ready.
It kicks off Friday, and we have the Halloween promo ends today.
Tonight at midnight.
Tonight at midnight. So you got last little bit of the Halloween promo, and it's not a direct crossover. So there's some things that are going to go away and some new things that are going to kick off. Keep in mind too, our prices do include that amazing soft case. That soft case protects our instruments better than an actual hard wooden case would. So don't let the name soft case fool you. It's an amazing case. It is included in the price. So, when you're looking at it, there's not like at the end, $200 for a case or something like that. Prices include cases. We do have financing, so if you need that, apply for the Kiesel card. If you need help, too, with your order, call my guys. On that note, I am out. I am so excited to go to the Deftones this weekend and go to the NASCAR race. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend.